Serving the community through faith and athletics. The OpenMic Broadcast Network.
The Associated Press. Oklahoma City, AP. Smaller cities and communities are dealing with the cancellation of showcase sporting events. For Oklahoma City, that means losing the Women's College World Series. The annual event determines the NCAA softball championship. It has been hosted by Oklahoma City every year but once since 1990. Last year, it brought in an estimated $14 million to the city and its businesses. Even more was expected this year because of a stadium seating expansion. The Associated Press. Montgomery, Alabama, AP. Former NFL quarterback Tarvaris Jackson has died in a one-car crash near his hometown of Montgomery, Alabama. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency says the 36-year-old Jackson was killed Sunday night when the 2012 Chevrolet Camaro he was driving went off the road, struck a tree and overturned. Jackson was pronounced dead at a hospital. The crash remains under investigation. Jackson was hired as quarterbacks coach for Tennessee State last season after a 10-year NFL career with the Seattle Seahawks, Minnesota Vikings and Buffalo Bills. He was part of Seattle's Super Bowl championship team in 2014 as Russell Wilson's backup. Seahawks coach Pete Carroll posted a Twitter message calling Jackson a beloved teammate, competitor, and Seahawk. Wichita, Kansas, AP. The NCAA transfer portal was implemented 2 years ago as a tool to streamline how athletes change schools. It was intended to ease the burden on administrators, increase transparency and empower athletes. Many college basketball coaches say it has made transferring too easy, giving players an out for any reason. Wichita State has 7 players in the transfer portal. It means the Shockers have to build a team each season as opposed to building the program. Undated, AP. Kansas guard Devin Dotson is entering the NBA draft after leading the Big 12 Conference and scoring his sophomore season. The 6'2" guard averaged 18.1 points, 4.1 rebounds, 4 assists and 2.1 steals while helping Kansas go 28-3 and win its final 16 games. He earned second-team honors on the Associated Press All-America team. Kansas owned the #1 ranking when the season was halted due to the coronavirus pandemic. Dotson says he intends to sign with an agent. Prescott faces backlash over report of party. Prescott faces backlash over report of party by Andrew Joseph for the win April 14, 2020. Keith Warren, Texas is among the 45 states with statewide stay-at-home, or similar, orders to limit the spread of COVID-19, the disease caused by the novel coronavirus. In particular, Texas restrictions encourage social distancing and prohibit gatherings of 10 or more people. But the actual enforcement of those rules has varied from state to state. And according to a report from TMZ, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott and running back Ezekiel Elliott skirted those rules with a large party this weekend at Prescott's house in Prosper, Texas. The TMZ report, which included video and photos, claimed that at least 30 guests were at Prescott's house for a birthday party on Friday night. Though the number of people in attendance wasn't clear from the photos, social distancing guidelines did not appear to be followed. According to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, Prosper police responded to reports of the party on Friday, but the officers could not verify that CDC guidelines were being violated. The paper also quoted a Prescott source who denied that the Cowboys quarterback violated social distancing rules. Still, this party came less than 2 weeks after Prescott, the former Mississippi State quarterback, was seen working out, and not social distancing, with Des Bryant. And the nonchalant attitude shown by Prescott and Elliott in the wake of the global health crisis had plenty of fans upset. LSU's Watford should not enter NBA draft. LSU's Watford should not enter NBA draft April 14, 2020. We are excited to support Trendon as he goes through this NBA draft process. Trendon had an outstanding freshman campaign for LSU, showing great versatility and improvement as the season went on. Will Wade, LSU coach. Baton Rouge. If there is an NBA team out there where defense is optional, LSU freshman forward Trendon Watford may have an immediate future there. A defensive liability for the Tigers during their slump last season, Watford declared for the June 25th NBA draft on Sunday via a tweet just 4 days before the April 16th deadline to request a talent evaluation from the NBA Undergraduate Advisory Committee. An early draft entry who requests such an evaluation can then hire an NCAA-certified agent and not lose any remaining eligibility. Watford, who averaged 13.6 points and 7.2 rebounds a game for the Tigers last season, has until June 3 to decide if he will enter the draft. The current deadline for early entrants to remove their name from the draft pool to stay in school is June 3. The NBA draft combined is scheduled for May 19th to 24th, but all such dates are fluid at the moment with the coronavirus pandemic. Options, though, did not seem to be on Watford's mind as far as the wording of his tweet. He sounds as if he has made up his mind to leave LSU. After being committed to LSU in the men's basketball program, I am now announcing my decision to declare for the NBA draft, he said on his Twitter page. Watford, 6'7", 235 pounds, was a 5-star prospect with 5 as the highest possible ranking from Mountain Brook High in Birmingham, Alabama. Rivals.com listed him as the number 16 overall prospect in the nation and number 4 power forward in the country. Watford chose LSU over such schools as Alabama, Auburn, Memphis and Tennessee. He did not play to those recruiting rankings last season, but Draft.net lists Watford as only the number 78 overall prospect for the 2020 draft, which includes only 2 rounds and 60 selections. He finished just 20th in scoring in the Southeastern Conference in 2019-20 and was 6th in rebounding. Good, but not 5-star quality. We are excited to support Trendon as he goes through this NBA draft process, LSU coach Will Wade said Sunday in a release by LSU's Sports Information Department. Trendon had an outstanding freshman campaign for LSU, showing great versatility and improvement as the season went on. Wade, though, was critical of Watford after an 88-82 loss at Alabama on February 15 and on other occasions. Teams have figured us out, Wade said after what was his 3rd loss in 4 games after a 10-game winning streak. They know where our weak spots are. They just attack the same 2 or 3 people over and over and over and over and over again. It's not necessarily that those are the people that get scored on. That's how we get in rotation problems and get put behind the play. Then we get scored on. Wade did not mention Watford by name, but it was later ascertained that he was the primary focus of Wade's criticism against Alabama and in a previous loss at Vanderbilt. They were able to isolate the same 2 or 3 guys almost the entire game, Wade said. That's what every team has pretty much done since then. Watford's 3-point defense was particularly weak. During a 79-76 home loss to Kentucky 3 days after the Alabama loss, Wade repeatedly chewed out Watford after the Wildcats enjoyed a 9-for-18 night from 3-point range. Keep making the same mistakes, Wade said after the game. Same guy keeps making the same mistake over and over and over again. Same thing happened at Alabama. It's frustrating. Watford also had a team-high 82 turnovers on the season, which was 12 more than the totals by LSU guards Javonte Smart and Skylar Mays, who handled the ball much more. Smart had 129 assists, and Mays had 100 to Watford's 53. Forwards Emmett Williams and Darius Bays had only 58 and 31 turnovers, respectively. Watford's defense did improve later in the season as the Tigers won 3 of their last 5 games to finish tied for second in the SEC at 12-6 and 21-10 overall before the postseason was cancelled due to the spread of the virus. His play helped us to a second straight 20-win season at LSU and a second-place finish in the SEC, Wade said. But he is not close to NBA ready at the moment. In fact, he is not close enough to even consider it.